What's up, everyone? It's Flex coming to you on this Tuesday with two rants for the price of one. Yes, it's two for Tuesday. First rant is about the federal government and how they are going out of their way to cull this herd of ostriches out in BC. And it just goes to show that this government is completely out of touch and that they are not working for us. They are doing what they feel is best for them and how they look on the world stage, and what they think will get them brownie points with the WHO, and not doing what is best for their own citizens. And when did we see this last? We saw this last in 2022, where they did the exact same thing. They followed the directions of the WHO, and they put in all these draconian rules in place for Canadians, and now they are doing the same thing again out west. And this is not how governments are supposed to work for their citizens. And the Liberal government doesn't seem to realize that that's exactly the situation, that they work for us, we pay them, and they don't act like it, and they don't conduct themselves in a manner that that dictates to us that they even believe that's the case. You know, they treat us all like we are peons. They talk to us like we are morons, and it's not right. And what they're doing out west is not right. There are other solutions available, but they don't want to hear it because they've made their decision, and they don't want to look like they might be wrong, or they might have made the wrong decision. And that's the same thing that happened in 2022. They just double down. When anybody pushes back against this federal government, they double down. And, you know, I thought back in 2022 that it was just Trudeau acting on his own. But now he's gone, and we've got Mark Carney, and yet nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. This whole party is corrupt. They're rotten to the bone, and they don't care about us. And that is an absolute fact, indisputable fact. The Liberal government does not care about Joe Canadian. They care about select little pockets of Canadians that they want their vote, and that's about it. Okay, first rant done. Second thing I want to talk about, less of a rant, but a little bit. I just got through, before I made this video, just got through watching the entire address by Donald Trump to the United Nations, and wow, it was absolute gold from beginning to end. He did not hold back, and I love it. And you know what? We need more people to talk like this and to come out and speak the truth, because I know that there are politicians out there that in their hearts they don't believe all the madness about climate change and mass immigration, and the fact that we need to move to green energy and this and that. Those were the three pillars of what he talked about, as well as I guess a fourth pillar was he talked about peace and ending war and everything else. And that, I think we all can agree on that. So that subject didn't really fly in the face of what we are being led to believe as a society. And that is that climate change is an existential threat. He just threw it out right out there, and he's right. He's absolutely right. And you know, he called out mass immigration and how it's destroying countries. Yeah, it is. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. But politicians can't say it. They can't say it. They're too afraid of the backlash, and they're too afraid of not getting elected if they say it. You know. And look at the way Donald Trump's been treated. So yeah, we know how they'll get treated. But I really hope that other politicians see him talking like this and they get emboldened by it, because, you know, we need it. We need for politicians to speak the truth, and we need to get the government's boot off of our neck and let us reap the rewards that this country has to offer. We have some of the greatest natural resource reserves in the world, and the Liberal government will not let us capitalize on it. And that's crazy, just to just as a country to just viscerate yourself like that and hold yourself back. Like what other country would do that? Is China holding themselves back? No, they're building coal plants to get cheap electricity so that they can build massive manufacturing plants and make product and sell it across the world. None of that's happening in Canada. It's not happening in Canada. It could. And we don't even need coal. We have natural gas. We have oil. We have mining. We have all kinds of natural resources that we could be exploiting to move this country forward. And we could be the richest country on earth. I mean, what's that guy? I forget his Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary said Canada could be the richest country on earth, but it's led by absolute morons. He's absolutely correct. He's absolutely 100% correct. And, you know, I've said it before and I've said it again, like Donald Trump has not been a very good neighbor to us since he became president the second time around. But what did he say today that really caught my ear? He said, I like to do business with people that I like. Well, no kidding. Everybody does. And he goes, when I don't like someone, I don't like them. Well, who could he have been talking about right there? Guaranteed that was Mark Carney. Guaranteed. Because look where we are, no trade deal. And that was the one thing that that was the overarching campaign promise that Mark Carney made, was that he was going to get a deal made with Donald Trump. He's not been able to do it. And what's he doing now? He's running around signing meaningless documents with countries that we will never do a lot of business with. In aggregate, it wouldn't even make up 1% of what the United States does in trade with us. And it's all for show. It's absolutely all for show. Everything that Mark Carney is doing right now it's a charade. It's an absolute charade. Anyways, I guess that's it for me. Kudos to Donald Trump for, you know, having big brass ones and saying exactly what he thinks and speaking the truth. And, you know, kudos for the Canadians that do stand up to our government, the ostrich farmers out in BC and everybody that was a part of the 2022 convoy. Because, you know, even with all these people standing up, our government is going to do its best to run roughshod all over us and take control and rule every minutia of our lives. And we have to push back. We absolutely have to push back. That's it for me. As always, peace.